What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the two-gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Welcome back to another Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. Wow, I love alliteration. So it is, week has started, day by day is going by, and I got a game that is anything but doldrum day-to-day kind of stuff. A game of high adventure. I love the genre of high adventure. Yeah, you know, all the Indiana Jones, the old movie serials, the Buck Rogers. It's high adventure. Yeah, and this game has got that going on. Why don't you join me down the table and we'll talk about what I have on my mind. Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. I'm so glad everyone made it for this one. I know you had a long way to drive. Some of you flew in just for this event. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just having a little fun. This is what it's all about. It's about having fun. You having fun? I sure hope so. Alright, so for this one, I wanted to go back to one of my favorite themes, one of my favorite genres. High adventure, yes indeed. Anything like Alan Quatermain or Flash Gordon, Indiana Jones. Oh, so exciting. So I wanted to capture that feel again for Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. And I realized that there was a game I've already covered on this that should have led into this one. I probably put it off so they weren't back to back, right on top of each other. And then I just sort of forgot about it until now. Forbidden Desert by Gamewright Games. This is a really fun 2 to 5 player game. 5? Was it 4? Yeah, 5. 2 to 5 player game. It'll take you under an hour. 45 minutes maybe. 40 minutes if you get really kind of lucky. And you're good and you played this game. So if you like the first game, this has all the same elements of that. You're adventurers. In this one, you're trying to find parts to a ship because your airship crashed in the desert. Conveniently, right where some of these ancient cultures used to be. Similar to the ancient cultures from the island that sank. That you had sent a group out to. Or you were a part of a group of, and you got to capture these artifacts of the elements. Strange, but you did it. This is the way, at least this is the way I see the game. But you did it, and on your way back, you crashed in the desert. I know the characters aren't quite all the same. In the desert game, they don't have the scuba diver. Why would they? And vice versa, they don't have the climber in the island game, although you can see a reason for that. Anyway, it's a cooperative game, so everyone has to pull their weight, everyone has to work together. And if you do that, you're probably going to beat the game. I will say up front that because it's a cooperative game, you have to be careful. There could be some alpha gaming going on. Sometimes you might know that, or maybe you are that, that player that takes charge in cooperative games and tells everyone exactly what the best thing is for their character to do. So be careful. Like all cooperative games, you don't want that to happen here. But other than that, getting that out of the way, you're working together. You each have your special abilities. And even more so than the island. The island was working against you in the first game because it's sinking. In this one, it's the opposite. The desert isn't sinking. The desert is growing. It's putting everything under the sand, including you. And the parts you need to find from this ancient, high-tech, golden civilization long forgot by mankind. It leads to a fun game. It works the mechanics a little bit different than Island, if you're familiar with Island. This one, you have to find 2 different clues on an X and a Y angle, and at the cross, that's where the object's going to be. And meanwhile, like I said, the desert is loading up on the board, and you're trying to manipulate the sand while this eye of the storm is moving it all around the board like a witch at a cauldron, just stirring it up. It's a little bit more intense than Island. Everyone I've played this game with, they all enjoy it, but they all are in agreement that it kind of steps up the difficulty level that you were familiar with in Forbidden Island. And that's a good thing. The new game Forbidden Sky is already out, or it's just about to drop. It's either just dropped or it's just about to drop. And that looks, from everything I've seen, a step up from this game as far as difficulty goes. So I like that slow progression between the games. And it looks like, if that's correct, that's the best way to master these games. And it's lucky that's the order I've been doing these in. Starting with Island, this one here, the desert game, and then moving on to, well, shouldn't do that. I should be moving on to Sky. This is a fun game, 2 to 5 players. It's easy to teach. The cheat cards walk you through the game, you know, the little player aid cards. I like to call them cheat cards. They walk you right through the game, which is simple enough to begin with. And you got to get this game to the table. If this is on your shelf of shame, get it off and put it down and play it, all right? Just do it. Just do it. If you go to a gaming cafe and it's on the shelf, pull it out. Like I said, it's going to take you an hour, probably at most an hour, 15 minutes the first game, because you're going to be learning the rules, going through the rules. But after you know the rules and you don't got to look at the rule book again, next game an hour, after that closer to 45 minutes. You're going to have a lot of fun, especially if you liked Island. You got to try Desert. So thank you everyone for checking me out for this a little bit shorter than usual Tabletop Takeout Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed. And let me know about some of the games that you enjoyed, that you would talk about and you would tell your friends about. Or if there's any games on this list that I've already mentioned, re-mention them. Or share the videos. Can only ask. Alright, my friends, thank you for checking us out on Facebook. Thank you for checking us out on Twitter and on Instagram. Thank you for subscribing to Two Gun Pixie for YouTube. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. And as I just mentioned, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm your buddy Big Johnny G, but Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am